Hey guys, what is going on? RedMaster here, and welcome back to an episode of Cards and Castles Hidden Combos, where we have an idea today that I have been toying around with for a bit of time recently, and involves one card that I kind of find to be highly overlooked in terms of the Warlock faction, and with more specifically aggro and rush-based decks, and that card is Detonation. It's a card that, it deals a lot of damage. For, the cost of 3 gold, you're dealing at least 5 damage to kind of surrounding targets, and maybe even the castle. Considering if you have 3 of those, the damage is 15. So I wanted to pair that idea up with the idea that druids have constant pressure on face in forms of companions, and a couple of other tools here and there in that faction. So I kind of wanted to combine those two elements to kind of make this sort of hybrid rush deck where you're kind of just constantly sitting on face, but you also want your units to die off so that way they can bring out things like, or at least you can trigger things like Detonation that can do some big damage where the smaller minions may not be able to, and it kind of grows over time. But enough of me kind of talking about the deck and kind of showing off the concept of it. Let me guys show you the deck list and explain to you what we have going on here. So let's go ahead and jump right into the list right now. Alright, so here's our deck list for Companion Detonation. Now, obviously you can tell here that it's pretty much a straightforward face deck, or pretty much straight rush deck. You got a lot of smaller units in here that you're kind of pulling out early, and of course running up to the face here. But of course the secrets lie in these two cards right here, Detonate and Seed of Regrowth. These are going to be the cards that you're going to be wanting to prioritize in terms of, when you actually draw them to your hand, start making the plays to kind of make sure that they are successful. You don't want to waste a detonation on, you don't want to just have it detonate somewhere on the board and not have it do any sort of damage. You want to make sure that you're playing your Detonator, you're playing your Seed of Regrowth at the right moments where you can, of course, get these cards onto the castle, which really makes this deck work. And, of course, to help you do that, we do have elements like Spiny and Centaur in here, 2 companions, or at least, 2 types of companions, 6 in total, to kind of rush up to the face, hug the face, and, of course, be able to pull up things like Detonation and Seed of Regrowth. And to help that a little further, I did throw in the Elvish Hunter, as you can see here, just to make sure that these guys might be, they might be a little less to your, a little less in terms of a cost to your hand. Playing Spiny for 1, Centaur for 2 can help, especially when you want to get some combos done, earlier on in the game. Although, to be honest, Elvish Hunter is a bit of an experiment right now. You can feel free to substitute him out with a more reliable card, which I think in this deck might be the Rat King, to have more of those small units come out and to be more targets to bring out companions, or to even rush and maybe even pull off a Seed or a Detonation. So right now, Rat King is the ideal sub for Elvish Hunter, but I'm gonna experiment. I'm gonna keep Elvish Hunter a little bit longer and experiment with her, see if she can, or see if her companion discount, see what it can do for the deck a bit more. But regardless, we do have a couple of other elements here that you guys, of course, are probably familiar with already: Lumberjack, Salahar Rider, Flame Cannon, Bestial Rage, Armory, Blacksmith, Darkbender, all cards that we've kind of been over before, and show incredible power to any kind of deck that they are involved with. So there's no surprise there why they're involved, just the general good stuff, if I really have to say anything further. But if we scroll a little bit further, you guys might realize here that I do carry a couple of other units in here, ones that you don't normally find in the rush-based deck style. Fenrir, Beastmaster, and Mourdock, and as well as Dragon's Fire. Cards that kind of cost a little bit higher and come, of course, a little bit later in the game, which is where the rush deck kind of want to stay out of. But I carry these cards purely for the fact that they are, in my opinion, a safety net for me to kind of fall back on. If the Detonation combos don't necessarily work out here, I can always rebuild at least my board, or at least rebuild my game or my momentum with cards like Fenrir or Beastmaster or Mourdock. So just having them kind of, it does kind of block this from being a pure rush or a pure aggro deck. But they do provide a safety net, which I find very useful to make sure my games don't always kind of fall apart just when I kind of start losing momentum or when I start missing the combos. So yeah, that's kind of the reason why they're there. But enough about me talking about the list. I mean, you guys have seen it. You kind of have an idea of what's going on here. So let's go ahead and get into the actual matches here and see how this deck can actually do. Alright, so match here we have Dragon's Fire and Mourdock, as well as Dwarven Miner. So we're going to swap out the Mourdock and Dragon's Fire, of course, pretty expensive cards. We can go with the Miner, though, and we'll get Spiny and Centaur. 2 of our 6 companions, which is very nice. We'll like to see a Detonate or a Seed of Regrowth, though, to really like maximize the use of these companions, but it is what it is. We'll see what we can pull when we get further in the game here. But our opponent is running Viking Pirate, which is certainly interesting. Not something, well, I mean, it is something I see here and there, but always surprising to see what these colors can pull out, from chain tokens to just meaty units. So again, we'll have to see further down the line. Alright, we're gonna take a little bit of a, alrighty. I mean, this is more of a face-based deck, so let's go ahead and try to chip away a little bit here. We'll start knocking him down a peg. Ideally, if we had 4 gold, the play would have been Spiny and things like that. Oh, okay, Cloak of Ice. Not bad, not bad. Although I have a Centaur, so that's not gonna do much for me. Meanwhile, both of our units still intact here, which is perfect, excellent. Metal of Bravery on his end into a Rune Warrior. Alright. Huh. Well, that Rune Warrior isn't really going to affect us all too much. Let's continue to like knock down a little bit here, and we're gonna go with a bit of a risk and summon out Beastmaster. That'll be the card we have to, or that's gonna be the card we'll use here. I do have to be careful because Beastmaster will take out Spiny with it if it is destroyed. I don't know if he's going for that though. He's gonna go for the Bear Hog kill, and then a Dagger Storm. All 3 landing on Spiny. Jeez, alrighty. I mean, you don't like Spiny, I get it, but calm down, mate. He did some damage, but jeez. Let's go ahead and move a couple of these cards around a bit. We'll put a little bit of an advance here on our opponent, see what he kind of reacts with. Dwarven Sharpshooter going to be the card to do so. Not going to look good for him, though, considering I have Bestial Rage. So let's go ahead, bring out this. We'll hit there. We'll hit here. We'll hit there, and that's actually going to be game because we can do Spiny, Flame Cannon. Brilliant. Alright, so first match down. Pretty straightforward on how this deck works. You kind of see there the face aspect of it. Kind of going aggressive where you can. So we'll take that one match. We'll take a victory there. Let's go ahead and move into match number 2 and see if we can provide more of a demonstration on the trap aspects of this, the Detonate and the Seed of Regrowth. So let's go ahead and jump right in. Alright, next match. Mourdock, we're actually going to swipe both Centaur and Mourdock away. Particularly because the Centaur, of course, with 4 gold, you know, it's always a bit of a risk whether or not you want to keep them. More so if you don't have the coin from the red side. So we're going to go ahead and swap away Centaur. We'll get Miner, we'll get Spiny, which are some good replacements. He'll open with a Disintegrate on our Salahar Rider, which is a bit rude, I'm not going to lie there. But hey, we do have a Seed of Regrowth in our hand, which is looking good. Hopefully, let's just pray that he doesn't wipe the Miner directly, because that would be a big sad moment. Alright, he's going to go with the Hassan City Guard, which is fine by me. Let's go ahead and place the trap down and start moving in our Miner here. So we're going to start doing a little bit of damage here with the Miner, just so we can bat away some of these guards. And then if he decides to kill the Miner, we open up with a 3/5 Trent, and of course bring out the Spiny and whatnot. Flamestorm. Alright, that's just going to bring out the, that's still going to bring out the Trent regardless. So, let's see here. We'll open up with this. Lumberjack moves forward, and hell, we can even move in the Spiny as well, just to put more of a beatdown on him. He already used his Mass Flamestorm AoE kind of card. So, going to be interesting to see what he can do with 4 gold and about 3 units rushing him down onto his face. Lich. Alright, that's going to be a good cleanup card. Not going to hit the target he wants, though, and that being the Trent. He can do a little bit of damage here on the Spiny, which he actually will take, which is fine by me. So let's go ahead and get another Trent slash right on the castle here and move a Salahar Rider up a little bit further. It's going to be interesting to see what this Lich does next, though, because he can trade with anything on this board right now. Maybe he'll throw out another Lich, though. We'll see what happens. This is pretty much another aggro deck. I could probably already tell a little bit here. We're seeing cards like Lich, Flamestorm, Disintegrate. So more of the aggro side of Viking Warlock here, but honestly, I don't think he's going to have his cards necessary to kind of start his push, unlike we did. So, and it's why Druid might be a little better for this, because you have cards like Seed of Regrowth and the Companions, which can put some more aggression, or more consistent aggression early on. Alright, Lich going up here. You gonna knock on Trent's door a little bit here? What's going on here? Spear Strike. Alright, so there goes Trent with the assistance from Spear Strike. He's not gonna freeze anything, but he still has to deal. Actually, is that game? Let me see here. 2. No, it's not. Okay. It's not going to be game quite yet, but we can start putting down a lot of this right here. And if he kills off any one of these units and hopefully doesn't sort of mass chain. I mean, he probably has a lightning blade. He'll think he's safe here if he just decides to like chain all of these together. But the Seed of Regrowth Trap is ultimately going to seal his demise here. And Detonate would have been great here too, considering any one of these units dying would have triggered off the Detonate Trap. But we didn't pull it. We'll pull the Seed of Regrowth Trap, which is equally as useful. He sees the Trent now. I mean, he did only waste 1 gold, which is still decent for him. Dragon Knight going to come and clean up a little bit here. Yep, taking out the Rider, which will kill off the Faithful Drake. He'll take off the Lumberjack. We do have Defective, though, so it's not going to be a problem. We did get the Centaur as well. So, again, a lot of elements here that can just continue to put down aggression onto the face. And that will be match number 2. A little bit more of a trap demonstration there for you, why Seed of Regrowth is a powerful tool in this deck. To kind of continue the momentum, and especially early on when they don't have a lot of gold or a lot of cards to counteract a 3-5 unit. You can see how that's kind of important there. But ultimately, I would say 2 very good matches to showcase the power of Companion Detonation, if that's still the deck name. I might have changed it. I might have not. I haven't recorded the intros yet, so the name could have changed by the time you see this. But for now, I think I'm calling it Companion Detonation because it just feels right, you know. But anyway, 2 good matches to really showcase the deck's power, which is very good. Well, that being said, guys, I hope you did enjoy this edition of Hidden Combos. Be sure to let me know what you guys think of the deck by leaving it in the comments section below. And while you're down there, if you haven't already done so, be sure to like the video, share it with your friends, and of course, hit that subscribe button if you are new. Help show you support the channel and help us grow by clicking that subscribe button at no additional cost to you. So, with that being said, that's going to be it for me for now. So, until next time, guys, stay gaming.